I wanted to make a quick video about some stuff I've been looking at with some clients on the best areas to invest in Spokane. Now, this is kind of a funny topic, controversial. Not everyone's going to have an opinion because it's true. You can be successful in any area and any price range. You really can, as long as you buy it right. Right? That's how you make your money in real estate. Is when you buy it. Is when you make your money. That's kind of the way you look at it. You have to buy it right. If you buy it wrong, you're going to lose money. So you can buy it right in any neighborhood and you can make money. But these clients I'm looking at right now, they're looking, so let's cut it into two types of investors. One side of the aisle is going to be your nothing down, creative real estate, guys on the street, people that flip properties. They're the ones that go in and swing the hammer. Very involved guys. They may have money, but let's say the most of the time, there's these people that get into real estate in that arena over there is because they don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of sweat equity and a lot of dreams, and you can make that happen. I love that world. I grew up in real estate in that world. When I graduated from college, this was 30 years ago in 1992. I got my real estate license and I immediately started with the company up in Edmonds, Washington, up there outside of Seattle. And it was my first mentor. He had taught a course at my school at college it was about nothing down real estate, how to buy properties with nothing down. So I joined his brokerage and became an agent and then started learning his techniques about buying real estate, and it worked. And I mean, when I think back on it, it's like, boy, would I ever take those risks again? Absolutely, I would take those risks again. But the biggest risks I took was not understanding properties. For example, I didn't even know furnaces had a filter. I mean, that's how dumb I was about the mechanics of properties. So my mistakes were not understanding how much it can cost to own a property. Luckily, I didn't get all of these. Well, I'll tell you what, this is the reason why I would buy each one of those properties. I was taught to buy properties in classic locations. Here I was, 23 years old, buying properties with no money, and I would grab partnerships. I would do all sorts of things. First property I bought was in downtown Edmonds in the Bowl. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's a classic location. Anyone should buy that property. How about the top of Queen Anne? How about Magnolia? How about a rooming house in Ballard? This is what we were taught. This is an old adage. We all know this now. Buy the worst house in the best neighborhood. But really, by scouring the best neighborhoods and sending mailers out to every single house, door knocking and understanding that neighborhood, you can go buy a property in the best locations. And that's really what you should do, unless you really want to specialize in those other locations, which you can make money, but they're harder. So let's jump right into what I was going to say, which was right now, whether I think are the three best neighborhoods for investing in Spokane. So investing as in a hands-off investor who has all cash, or you're going to put maybe 30% down, you're going to get a loan, but you're going to be hands-off. You're going to hand it over to me for property management. You might or you might not at all be touching the properties. I know a lot of my investors, really hands-off. They never touch it, not even in the country. Or you have other ones that are very hands-on. Anyway, that's the group I'm talking about, more of the people that have bigger amounts of money and they're just looking to buy some investment properties. The number one place I think right now to put that money is going to be Liberty Lake. I love Liberty Lake. You can buy a new construction for $450,000 base. So you're going to have, that might not be out the door, but these builders might be doing some deals. If you can get in that $500,000 sweet spot right now in Liberty Lake, right now, I'm going to get you $33,000, $3,200 a month easily right now in Liberty Lake. It's going to be a 3-bedroom house. I really like that. Look on Zillow. Zillow really is where the game is being played on rents right now. We get about 800 leads a month, and I'd say about 75%, if not more, are from Zillow. This is going to be rents.com, apartments.com, then our website. The game is being played on Zillow. So, go type in Zillow Spokane average rental rate, and you'll get this page, and you can look up any area by name or zip code, and it will give you the median range of what rents are going for in that area. And it's the range that is being advertised on Zillow. It's going to be highly accurate. They actually have an accurate days on market, more so than on the real estate side. And then the rents are just whether the average or median rents of what's being advertised across their site. So it's really helpful. I use it all of the time. Zumper is another good one, but Zumper has fewer listings, so their averages can be a little bit different, but look at both, it's worth it. But I'm seeing properties in Liberty Lake around the $3,000 to $3,500 a month range. I've been renting some of ours out in that $2,800 to $3,200 range. So I love Liberty Lake. Now, the other two areas I'm going to say are equal in value. So kind of 2 and 3 are the same right there. I know these two tribes definitely would go after each other on who's absolutely best neighborhood, but they are almost exactly the same. Just geographically, they're on opposite sides of town. You've probably guessed it. It's going to be Eagle Ridge and it's going to be 5 Mile. I'm seeing Eagle Ridge and 5 Mile properties around that 500 to 525 range. The rental rates are going to be about the same as what I'm seeing in Liberty Lake. But the one difference, though, I will say this: if you were up there in the 5 mile range, or even Eagle Ridge, look at the new construction. You might be able to get a 4 bedroom. So the ones I'm seeing mostly in Liberty Lake are going to be threes, sometimes some fours. If I was really debating between the 3 bedroom in Liberty Lake and the classic location and a 4 bedroom on 5 mile and it was exactly the same price, that case I might pick the 5 mile 4 bedroom. But you're also going to see a lot of them for sale right now and for rent up there on 5 mile that are in that 1,100 square foot range to 1,400 square foot range. So that's pretty small for a rental. I mean, that's okay, but you can get bigger ones. Like I'm thinking in Liberty Lake, I've been seeing some new construction. You're going to be, in the 1,700 square foot range. And that's going to make a really, really big difference. So that's where I would lean. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? I know, tell me some areas that you think are great. I know Cheney's also great. I really do like Cheney. Airway Heights is popping. You got the Air Force out there. It's always going to be great new construction out in Airway. Also, I like that. But really, if I had to pick the top ones, and these clients were coming from out of town writing checks to buy properties, and that was my recommendation, is in these 3 locations, but lean heavily towards Liberty Lake. My name is Brian Johnson. I'm a real estate broker here in Spokane. I'm with Windermere Lease Source, property manager. If you have any questions, you want your property rented, if you just anything, text me, reach out right here. I'm happy to help you guys anytime. Thanks for watching.